Hey friends, what's up? Ash here. Welcome back to Gents Scents. Today, I've got 10 different fragrances that are so good, I would immediately buy a second bottle, or third or fourth, because I have a problem. In case something were to go wrong. The dirty D word, yeah, we're all scared of the dirty D. Talking about discontinuation. I don't know what you were talking about or thinking about, but that's what I was. So in case of discontinuation, yeah, these ones, I'm scooping another bottle with the quickness. And actually some of these bottles, or some of these fragrances rather, I already do have extra bottles of just because. Do I need to explain myself here? Let's jump into it. Let's go ahead and talk about these. Hey guys, need I remind you, I'm sure I don't, but need I remind you that if you shop at maxaroma.com, typed out on screen for you here, or also twistedlily.com, use the code GENTS10 for 10% off your order. Also links in the description to all these wonderful fragrances. Let's get things started. Let's get things kicked off with Chrome Aqua from Azzaro. Yeah, Chrome Aqua is a love of mine, very inexpensive, affordable from discounters. Obviously, with this name, you know that it has an aquatic freshness to it, a watery type aspect to the fragrance. It's also green, obviously very fresh, an uplifting kind of scent with a nice mintiness in the opening. And as I have harped on ad nauseum with this fragrance, it smells fantastic in the cold. As in when I'm filming this video, it's November, it's getting cold outside, it's getting chilly. And even though a lot of people would relegate this just to summertime, daytime use only, like the most basic of times. Oh, it's fresh, so I will wear it when it's 95 degrees outside, and that's it. No. During this time of year, it smells exquisite. Dare I say opulent? No, I don't actually. And just as an aside, this is completely random, but today I was wearing this fragrance. This is called Alfaris from My Perfumes. I got it from Fragrance Buy. It's under 20 bucks, mad cheap. And look at the color on that. That is darker than my soul. Yeah. So anyway, I was wearing this today. I had sprayed it on my hand here, and I forgot actually that I was wearing it. It had been on there maybe an hour or so. And this one is quite sweet. It's got a floral feel to it. It's got like a weird Invictus meets 1 Million Parfum meets a woman's fragrance that has white florals. So yeah, melding of a bunch of different things, but a surprisingly good compliment puller. Anyway, I had this one on my hand, didn't realize it, or I had forgotten, and I sprayed Chrome Aqua over top of it, and I somehow had like this epiphany. I had just made a Frankenstein's monster. Like those two fragrances layered together. I don't know why, but holy crap did it smell good. Like it really just put me in a tizzy where I just kept going back and sniffing on my hand like I had mental issues. So if you own those two, give those like a little layer. See how that works out for you. All right, next up, Dior Homme. Technically this bottle is Dior Homme Original, and that tells you all you need to know because I already own Dior Homme, multiple bottles of it. And yet when Dior Homme Original came out, I bought it again. And that's because I can't get enough Dior Homme. At least Dior Homme with the iris in there. So of course, if they said they were going to discontinue Dior Homme and then they were going to re-release it, say underneath Dior Homme Original, I would buy it again because I did. And if they said they were gonna discontinue this one and then release Dior Homme Original for real this time, 2023 edition, yeah, I'd probably buy that too. I love the way it smells. The creamy iris is just fan-freaking-tastic. So yeah, of course. Same goes for Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Parfum. Backup bottles of those for me are like a prerequisite. It's like a requirement. Next up, Lalique's Encre Noir. Now stop. Don't go there, okay? I can see you, a new person just getting into fragrances. Oh yes, I've heard about Encre Noir. Let me go and buy that immediately. You need to stop. Not because the fragrance is bad. Obviously, it's in this list. I think it's awesome. And a lot of people do think that it's fantastic. Just top of the line, baby. As far as quality goes, Encre Noir is there. Super cheap. The vetiver in there smells amazing. It's dark. It's mysterious. It's rooty. It's just really, really nice. But it is not a safe blind buy. And I've talked about this before because it's easy sometimes to get caught up in doing a video about cheap fragrances that you yourself think are just amazing as far as the quality versus the price that you pay. And I think the entire Aqua Noir line is there. The cost, low. The quality, high. But if you're not into vetiver fragrances, darker woody fragrances, if you're just getting started into scents and like, you know, the stuff you're wearing is just very fresh, clean, aquatic type stuff, Aqua Noir is not going to be a safe blind buy. So keep that in mind. But if you are adventurous, if you want to try new stuff out, you know, you can scope it out, see if you can get a sample and everything. But, you know, don't pay too much for the sample because the fragrance itself is really cheap. So you don't want to pay like $10 for like a 5 milliliter sample or something, because for $10 more you could have just bought the freaking thing. After that one, let's talk about this one. Artisan Pure from John Varvatos, and I do own multiple bottles already of this one. So this, I would say, the most hyped of all the Varvatos fragrances. Of course, Varvatos Vintage gets love. Some of the other ones get, you know, talked about here and there, but Artisan Pure took off in a pretty big way, and it makes sense why. It's clean, it's fresh, it's easy to wear, it's got a lot of citrus. That's a winning combination. You know, people like that. You give them something easy to wear, that's clean and has citrus in it, that's a summery type scent. Yeah, you're like 75% of the way there to having almost everybody dig it. So yeah, it makes sense that it got hyped, that it got loved. And then as time went on, at discounters, it became more and more and more frequently out of stock. And so it was like, wow, what's going on here? You know, Artisan Pure, you used to be able to find this for cheap, and where'd it go? And then Varvatos ran into some issues with money, and that's never good. Oh yeah, our brand is, you know, filing for bankruptcy, essentially. Ugh. Not great, but it has popped back up at discounters, at least as of this video, for a pretty good price, so that's good. But I did go ahead and scoop up a second bottle when it looked a little iffy, just because I didn't want it to turn into another Midnight in Paris type situation where I feel like a moron because I didn't pick up more bottles for myself when it was affordable. I mean, Midnight in Paris, to be fair, I did pick up an extra of the Eau de Toilette, but not the Eau de Parfum. Next, let's talk about Prada Loupe, the Eau de Toilette. Another fragrance where it's a little iffy with Prada right now. I'm not sure exactly what their plans are. I don't like the way that they've been treating the Loupe line. I think that they've been mistreating it. I don't appreciate that. Prada Loupe Intense. Again, can I have some, please? Bring it back. In the US, can't really find it. So Prada Loupe, this is an iris forward fragrance. It's powdery, it's soapy. It's very fresh, very clean, a great office scent, very well done. The packaging, super classy, like you would expect from Prada. And you don't have too many, especially in the designer realm, iris fragrances done in this style. Iris has become more popular recently, but typically it's more that creamy sort of iris, that sweet iris, not as much powdery soapy. And I'm a fan, so yes, Prada Loupe. Should, you know, bad things come to pass, I'm gonna get another one. Now this next one here is a fragrance that I really like, and I'll wear it and I'll remember, oh yeah, this is really, really good. And then it's like I put it on my shelf and I forget again that it exists for some reason. And I feel like there's gotta be other people out there like that with this scent for whatever reason. And in doing this video, I was looking it up and most discounters didn't have it. And so then I thought to myself like, oh crap. Do I need to buy this now? I don't know. It is from Jean Paul Gaultier, and it's Le Male Essence de Parfum. So bottle style here, reminiscent of the Le Beau bottles, only no leaf around his lower extremity. It's the more angular, modern looking bottle design. And this one is a leather fragrance with a good amount of vanilla. So you have a nice sweetness here. Some people have compared it to C.H. Privé from Carolina Herrera. Not super close, but you could say like in the same family. Like if you like one, you'll probably like the other. Nice performance, very classy, very sexy. It's kind of like a forgotten Le Male flanker to an extent. At least it flies under the radar more than the bigger releases from the house. But it's really, really good. I like this stuff a lot. After that one, Star Walker from Mont Blanc. Also Star Walker Extreme. That one's pretty good too. It's a little bit harder to find at discounters, and it also does not really smell like Starwalker at all. Kind of interesting, that one. Just got dropped on us, and then it's like a Tonka sweet, mass appealing fragrance that doesn't have like the bamboo or, you know, that relaxing facet that this one has. But again, still pretty good, Starwalker Extreme. But back to Starwalker, again, bamboo in here, pretty unique. Don't see bamboo used very often in designer fragrances. Gives it a green, kind of aquatic feeling, also slightly relaxing. So it's that type of fragrance that a lot of people will actually spray on before they go to bed, because the smell of Starwalker just puts them at ease. It's that type of scent, real chill. It has been heralded and loved by a lot of people in the fragrance community for a long time, kind of one of those little hidden gem type scents. No, it's not the type of fragrance that's gonna, you know, grab tons of attention from everybody around you and have them flocking to you, as if that happens anyway, telling you, oh, what an amazing fragrance. But it is the type of scent that's just very well done, very smooth, under the radar, and will have you smelling classy as well. So Starwalker is fantastic, and I brought up the whole compliment thing there, but maybe you do want those compliments, right? So then you would go for something like this, the One Luminous Night from Dolce Gabbana. And this one is very frustrating, not because of the fragrance, so it smells good, not because of the presentation or anything, because it looks good, not because of the performance. Performance is good. So why is it frustrating? Because it is hard as crap to find. Essentially, with this one being an exclusive edition to the Middle Eastern market in North America, it is not easy to get your hands on it. Of course, there will be scalpers who will, you know, sell you a bottle on eBay. You just have to be open to being screwed in the wallet. But if you want to get it from a discounter at a decent price, you just have to wait. And then when they get it in, whether it's Fragrance Buy or Joma Shop or whoever, you have to basically just jump on it, because they don't get too many at a time, and then people buy it up, and it is really, really good. The quality is there. It has a note of dates, which gives it this really nice sweetness. Sets it apart from the other fragrances in the one line, but it has that compliment factor, just like the one Eau de Parfum, maybe even more so. Great fall and wintertime fragrance, fantastic date night fragrance. After that, Guerlain Vetiver. Yeah, Vetiver Eau de Toilette. All the Vetiver haters out there throwing tomatoes at me right now. Virtual tomatoes in the metaverse. I like Vetiver. I do not apologize for liking Vetiver. It is what it is. I like it in all its facets, all its forms, all its shapes. It's glorious. And this one, for the longest time, has been one of the more affordable and yet still high quality vetivers on the market. And when I say affordable, again, of course, I'm talking about at discounters. It's nicely complex, definitely going to appeal more to middle-aged guys and older. It's got a more mature feel to it than something like Grey Vetiver from Tom Ford. Also not quite scrubbed as clean as Grey Vetiver is. This one has a little more character to it, you could say. Also has a nice tobacco leaf in there amongst a ton of other supporting notes. Guerlain Vetiver is one of my favorites. I don't talk about it all the time, and yet still has a soft spot in my heart, and I do own multiple bottles of it across many different bottling iterations over the years. And last but not least, Missoni Wave. Good old Missoni Wave. Sick looking presentation, really nice. Magnetic cap. Similar to Allure Homme Sport and Versace Pour Homme, kind of splits the difference between the two. It has nice performance. It's got that aquatic freshness that you're looking for when it's really hot outside. Big compliment puller. Price is very, very attractive when you're looking at discounters. And I got to tell you, Missoni Parfum Pour Homme and Missoni Wave both done so well, even though similar to other things, because Missoni Parfum Pour Homme is similar to Bleu de Chanel, and then this one is similar, as I said, to Allure Homme Sport and Versace Pour Homme. So they're not exactly making, you know, some groundbreaking stuff here, but they do it really well, and at discounters, it's a good price. So as I was trying to get to before I started meandering, those releases have me looking forward to whatever Missoni does next. So there we go, 10 fragrances that I think are good enough that if anything should happen to these bad boys, then I'm gonna scoop up another one. I wanna thank you guys for hanging with me here until the end. Stay safe out there, and I will see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.